Denmark in the 80s is almost synonymous with Kirsten Siggaard and Søren Bundgaard, who competed 3 times in 5 years. And in addition to that, the male part of the duo that we occasionally know as Hot Eyes, Mr. Søren Bundgaard competed yet one more time as a songwriter and backup singer. They almost defined their own genre with their happy-go-lucky music and distinct key changes. How many more of these songs were there that never made it to Eurovision, and why haven't we seen Hot Eyes in Eurovision since 1988? Let's ask Kirsten. I am Emil Löfström, your constantly curious host, and this is Eurovision Legends. Welcome to Eurovision Legends, Kirsten Siggaard.
Thank you so much.
Or shall I say, hi Smuge?
That would be nice. I'm flattered. Yeah.
How are you today?
I'm so fine. I just drove a few kilometers from my summer house because the signal is not very constant in my house right now. So I'm sitting here in my car, excited to hear what you have to say.
Can we begin with your first memory of Eurovision?
Before I entered myself?
Yes, before you competed yourself.
Yes. Well, my family have always been very fond of music, and we watched the Danish Melodi Grand Prix, and we watched the Eurovision when we could, but I never expected myself to be there.
In 1983, you made your debut in Melodi Grand Prix and tried to reach Eurovision.
Yes, well, it was my first entry. The song was sent in the year before, but didn't reach the Danish finals. So Søren Bundgaard, who wrote the song, he asked me to sing it. And then we went up between the first 10. But there was a song that was thrown out, and I was number 11, so that was my chance.
And the song we are talking about is called Og livet går.
That's right.
In 1984, you and Søren Bundgaard took part in the national pre-selection together.
That's right. Søren wrote a song for me in 83. It should follow Og livet går. But the record company, they asked us to hold it back and just to send it in to the Danish Melodi Grand Prix for 84. And we did, and we won. And that was where Kirsten and Søren and Hot Eyes were formed. All the reporters, they couldn't spell Kirsten Siggaard and Søren Bundgaard. So we had to find a new name for us. And we would like to call ourselves Hot Ice, ice cream. But
yes.
It was taken, so it was Hot Eyes then.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
But in Denmark, we called ourselves Kirsten and Søren. Yeah.
What do you remember from the week in Luxembourg?
Oh, it was a fantastic week. I still remember going with a taxi from our hotel to the place where we should have our press conference. And the boss from the record company, he told us that we shouldn't be sorry if there was not so many reporters, because normally there wasn't so many at our press conference. But this year, 84, the room was full, and they had to find more food and everything because it was a success. And I think it was because there was something to write about, because I was pregnant and one from the choir was pregnant too. So that was something to write about. And it was fantastic. Fantastic days. There was party at our hotel. We were there with Spain and Norway, and I don't remember which other countries, but Jan Teigen from Norway, and there was some Spanish guy who dressed up like a woman at night. They performed, they made a show, and my manager, he had brought his harmonica, accordion, so there was party, but I had, to relax, because I had to be careful not to use my voice too much.
Yeah. You were one of the front runners to win early on. Do you remember the other participants?
I still have a contact to Linda Martin from Ireland.
Yeah.
She had Terminal 3 flights on time.
Long distance USA. Last night I heard him say, he's been away too long, now he's coming home. Beyond the more than plain, if I still feel the same, I should be waiting, 'cause he'd be all alone. I made arrivals by the time he had said, I searched the information board and it read, Terminal 3, flights on time.
Sweden won with 3 brothers in golden shoes, and you came in 4th place.
That's right. I was number 3 until Portugal gave Spain top. Yeah.
Do you think Sweden was the rightful winner?
I think they thought that. They were sitting up in front, just playing some games on their computers. They were not being together with all of us. But since that, I think it was Pierre who came to me. I had a charity concert, and he came and did some songs for me. It was very nice. Yeah.
You recorded the song "De ligger det" in English. And German.
Yes. I think that was what they did at that time, because the song was in Danish, and if I should win, or if we should go to other countries in Europe, it would be nice to have an English or German version. Yes.
The year after, you took part in the Danish pre-selection again.
Yes, in 85.
And I wonder, was Skal du spørg fra nogen the only song you submitted?
Yeah, we've always only submitted one song.
Okay. You won and went all the way across the narrow waters to Gothenburg.
Yeah.
And you also brought Søren's daughter with you.
Well, it wasn't really Søren's daughter, but it was his girlfriend's daughter. So it was Leah, and she was very sweet and patient. Yeah. In the Danish version, we had 3 girls. It was Søren's and the 2 girls, 1 floor up in the same house. They lived upstairs. But we needed the choir in Eurovision, so
yes.
There was only place for 1.
After 1989, children under 16 years is not allowed on stage in Eurovision. Do you think this is a good or bad decision?
I think it's fine. I think it's fine. They have their own. They have their own competition, and that's fine. We just had to find out what funny thing we could do at that time. So it was girls.
What do you think was the biggest difference from Luxembourg when you competed in Sweden?
The biggest difference was the distance. It was so that the choir, they went to Denmark on jobs and so on. So we didn't have the same togetherness. We didn't do things so much together as we did in Luxembourg. Søren and I was brought to Copenhagen. It was the day that Tivoli Garden in Copenhagen, they opened. There was a newspaper who used their time. You know, every newspaper, every magazine have their own time with us that week. And that newspaper thought that it would be nice to bring us to Copenhagen to the opening of Tivoli. So we missed official thing in Göteborg with the mayor and so on. But the Danish newspapers, they were happy that we went to Denmark. Yeah.
Two happy girls from Norway won this year, and the song that was the most hyped this year was the song from Israel that the winner from 1978 sang, Itzhar Cohen.
Yeah.
And I've talked to Itzhar in this podcast, and the delegation from Israel was quite cocky to win. And what I've heard, they were very vocal about this the whole week. Do you have any memory of this?
No, not at all. Because the bookmakers had us up too. Yeah. And I had so many things to think about. We didn't have so much with all the other countries that year, so I didn't hear that. But I've since that I have met the girls at some occasions, and I have been in the pink jacket too.
You mean Bobby Sock's jacket? Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. That was fun.
Did you have any favorite from 1985?
I can't remember. It's so many years ago. It's so long ago. I just had my oldest in November '84.
Yeah.
So he was there with me from Wednesday, and I brought a nanny for him. But she was so excited about everything, and she was never there when I needed her. Just an hour or two before I had to go to the general rehearsal, she was gone. My husband was out buying flowers for me, and she was with Søren's girlfriend. They were polishing nails.
Oh.
And I had to, get ready for the dress rehearsal, and she was not there. So I was just about to panic.
Did you fire that nanny later?
Yeah. She was my hairdresser before, and she said, "Oh, I would like to go with you, and I take care of Casper," and so on. After that, she billed me for no, never mind. It was not a success with her, and she's definitely not my hairdresser any longer.
Oh my God. You finished in 11th place. Were you disappointed?
I heard that the sound was really awful at the television around Europe. And well, it's a question of taste. And I've thought if every country have the same song on the 11th place, it will never get any votes. Have you thought about that? Every day. Every hour of the day. Yeah.
But I mean, in the studio version, I really like this song. It's a very good song. But as you say, in Eurovision 85, it didn't sound good at all.
No.
You recorded the song in English.
Catch me if you can, don't run away. Catch me if you can, it's my lucky day. We'll fly away to Wonderland and wish upon a falling star.
I'm German. I look forward to you asked me that in 88 because there was a French version too.
But in 1986, the year after again, you competed for the fourth time in a row in Denmark.
Yeah.
And this time with the song Sig det som det är.
Yeah.
And I've heard or read online that the song Vem var det nu du sa? Du var.
Don't believe that.
Submitted.
Don't believe that.
Okay.
Don't believe that. We always only put one song in.
Okay.
Yeah. Vem var det nu du sagde du var? Hvad var det nu du sagde du fik? That was only from our album.
Do you remember your place in the Danish final?
Yeah, we went number 4.
Yeah. And Lisa Havik won and represented Denmark in Oslo.
She came home. She's Norwegian.
Yes, exactly.
Lisa is a very good friend of mine, and they had been in the Danish Melodi Grand Prix before, and they had a song almost the same as ours, you know, the rhythm, and so happy song. It was fine.
Yeah.
You can't expect to win 3 times.
Well, you did win 3 times. Well,
I did. Yes.
But we come to that. In 87, you took part again, and this time, farvel og tak.
Yeah.
Så farvel og tak, du gav mig mere end jeg drømte om. Jeg har ingen ord, fordi jeg føler nu her. Ja, farvel og tak, vi kun os se, og ingens egen barn. Men en del af mig vil altid være, hvor du er. Så farvel og tak, fordi du kom, og med din kærlighed vil mig flyve højere end jeg troede man kunne nå.
This is my favorite song that you competed with. Online, I read everywhere that you went solo. But did you really do that?
No, but Søren didn't sing on that. But he's on stage. He is sitting playing piano.
Yeah.
At that time, I was starting to perform as an actress, and I was on tour at that time. I still remember I was so tired that night because at Monday I had my dress was disqualified, so I had to find out what to do with my dress. But at that time I was traveling between Copenhagen and Jylland, different places, playing theater at night and then rehearsal in Copenhagen during the day and then back and forth the whole week. So I was a tired girl. I think I was only 49 kilos at that time. If you watch YouTube, I've never been that thin.
Yeah, you look very thin.
I am, yeah. I could, just put some of mine now over there to 87. That would be nice. But I still remember that I had to lie down between the first and the second part. I went between was between the first 5 and should do the song again. And I just had to lie down between there because I didn't know if I sang the right words. But I like the song too. And we have made it in an English version too, because we participated in a big show in Turkey, Chestnut Festival.
Yes.
Yeah, there I sang an English version.
Well, with this song, you got a 5th place. Tommy Sebach, a 4th. Betty Keir came 2nd, and En Lille Melody won.
Yeah, and Herdorf.
Yes. Do you have any opinions about the result?
It's just taste. It's votes. It's you just have to do your song as good as you can, and then you can't do anything more.
Yeah. Well, you won the year after, pregnant and all.
Just a little. Yeah.
And this time the trip went to Dublin.
Yeah.
What do you remember from Dublin?
Well, I remember that the hotel said, "Oh, I thought you wouldn't come," and I said, "Why? You're pregnant." And I said, "It's not a disease, so of course I come." And there was many jokes about that I was pregnant, and it was a little rough going around with the press, because they wanted me to take photos the most ridiculous places. And it was bumping roads, and but it was very nice. It was very nice to be there. I have a funny story. At the evening, the big show, I was going to have my hair dressed, and I was placed where there was no mirror. So I didn't know how my makeup was. I didn't know how my hair was. When I came out, I think he thought, the hairdresser, that with my stomach that big, he had to make my hair big too.
Like a pineapple.
Well, yeah, he made it big. And when I came out from that place and met my husband, he said, "Oh my God, you can't go on television for so many million people looking like that." And then he was removed. It was 10 minutes before I had to go on stage.
Oh my God.
Yeah. You're sitting there, you don't know what they're doing to your hair, to your makeup, because there's no mirror. You can't see anything. You just have to rely on that guy, that he will your best.
Well, I work as a hairdresser and stylist in my profession, and the 80s can't be more clearly than in this clip. And with that said, I wished you had any other stylist.
And perhaps I wish I had been there without that big a stomach. But I had my youngest 3 weeks after, so he was ready to come out 3 weeks early. So I'm very proud that I could reach a 3rd place, being that much pregnant.
Yeah, and you have made many really happy when they have watched this.
Yeah, well, it was a funny thing in itself, and then we had the guitar that was smashed in the head of our conductor.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Trying to get me, cause then you won't let me get on my feet and away. But some lucky day when it's going your way, you're gonna say, I'm gonna say, c'est tout de faire dans la vie, exactement comme je dis. Quand je regarde ma petite, c'est tout de faire dans la vie, écoute-moi mon ami, reprends-en avant de finir. Il sait, was ich tue, was ich denken will, das kann ich dir heute sagen. Und wenn du mich morgen fragst, warum es aus ist, dann sag ich,
The young girl from Canada who participated for Switzerland won with only 1 point over United Kingdom.
Yes, I saw the whole show 1-2 weeks ago. It was released on YouTube.
Exactly, Eurovision again. Yeah.
Yes, I saw it there, and I didn't remember that it was so close.
Yeah.
It really was. Yeah.
And you ended up in a 3rd place.
Yeah, that was nice. I still remember Søren and I, we were sitting at Danish television. We were watching all the other songs, and we said to each other, we can't beat her. She's so good a singer. And I've met her a few times afterwards. She calls me her Danish friend. I remember meeting her after I had my boys. And I met her when she was giving a concert in Copenhagen. And she said, "Oh, Kirsten, I want to have kids too." But it took, I think, perhaps 5 years after that before she got pregnant. She told me she had a hard life because she's singing in both English and French. They are almost tearing her apart because everyone wants her to come and give concerts.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm happy with the life that I've had. I've chosen Denmark. I've chosen songs, acting, and so on, and a few concerts around in Europe. That's been so nice for me. I could keep myself on the ground,
1989, you didn't take part in the pre-selection, but
No.
do you remember if you submitted anything?
No, because Søren submitted to Birte instead. We just talked it over and said we can't reach anymore in the Danish Melodi Grand Prix. We have been there for 6 years in a row.
Yeah.
And it was time. Søren would like to be a producer more than on stage, and I was acting more. So we just said, let's stop here, and we did that.
Vi maler byen rød og himlen hvid af stjerneskær. Det går triste for en ekstra barbeklat. Så giver vi nattens tøj, penselstrøg og gerne flere. Og først når solen siger godmorgen.
I know that you have sung this song on many parties for the Eurovision fans.
Yeah.
And I wonder, have you ever recorded it?
Oh, I've never recorded it. No, that's Birte's song, but I bring it on shows and gigs, and yeah. So and I know she's singing my songs too. It's fine doing that. Yeah.
I will actually talk to Birte in the coming weeks.
Yes.
The year after, and now we are in the 90s, 1990, you again competed in Denmark's Melodi Grand Prix, and this time solo.
Yeah, that's right. Jon Lønneager was the guy who wrote the song, and I was on a tour with acting, and Henrik Krogsgaard, who was conducting the other Eurovision songs, he asked me to help Jon Lønneager with his entry. So I did it as a favor to Jon.
You didn't get through the semi to the final, and I know there is a story here.
Well, it was the first year that they could everyone could vote.
A telephone vote.
Yes, a telephone vote, and that was the first time. So they didn't know what to expect. The pressure on the net, and I was told many years later, because the production team, they wouldn't tell me how many votes I had, and I said, "Well, okay." I thought it was a good song, so I didn't understand quite, but taste, and it was the Danish people who voted, and I was told many years later that they couldn't get through to my number, so I didn't have a chance for going to the between the last 5.
Do you still sing the song?
No, I don't think I have the music for it. And Jon Lundager died a year or 2 after that from cancer. So yeah, it was very sad.
This was the last time you competed in Melodi Grand Prix, and anyone who can count knows that this is 7 times you have competed. Yeah. I wonder, have you submitted songs since 1990?
It's 30 years. Sometimes there's a musician or some who says, "Oh, it's so sad that you haven't been in Dansk Melodi Grand Prix since 90." They ask me to sing a song, and the Danish television have also asked me twice sing an entry that at some years they told me I was too old. It's not like in Sweden where they need more songs. In Denmark they only need 10 songs, and if they ask some composers to do a song, there's not so many free places, free songs that have a chance to participate.
Yeah, but there isn't any song that you can reveal that you have been asked to sing or to do the demo or anything that maybe later have been in Melodi Grand Prix.
Oh yeah. Well, there was one, Anders Frandsen in 1991. The composer at the head station in Copenhagen, and he gave me a tape with a song, and he said, "Listen to this one." But I was playing Piaf at the new theater. I wasn't free to do the song, so I thought that he should sing it himself. But he found Anders Frandsen, and the song won that year. So
and what was your reaction then when he won?
It was fine.
Your songs have been covered here in Sweden many times, and I believe a lot of people think that they are actually Swedish original songs.
They are not.
Så farväl och tack för att du kom och gav mig kärleken. Jag fick flyga högre än jag någonsin kunnat nå. Ja, farväl och tack om så det blir.
Det är ju dig jag går och väntar på. Det är ju du som får mig till att leva. Och solen strålar som en gåta och plötsligt spricker himlen i blått.
Ja, vad var det jag sa? Du ska se det går bra. Det har jag ju sagt hela tiden. Jag ser det mesta klart och tydligt och vet vad som är det rätta. Det är så det ska vara. Du blir nog klokare någon dag om du lyssnar på mig.
But with that said, I know you also have covered some Swedish songs. And for
right.
example, this song that we in Sweden call Värsta schlagern.
Yeah.
Spänningen stiger och refrängen är nere med allt vad hjärtat begär. Och det är kärlighet och det är tankar, det är hjärta och det är framgång.
Och mange andre gamle slidte fraser.
Jag siger alt og ingenting. Og det er stjerner og det blinker. Det er lykken der bare vinker. Og titlen skal stille, den skal pludselig dit. Så har du bidrag frihed.
I love doing that song. I love doing it.
You know, that song was, of course, written for the Swedish pre-selection, but was rejected. And that was the biggest hit in Sweden that year.
Yeah. Well, the guy I'm singing with, he's very fond of Swedish music. So he found that and said, shouldn't we do that? And I said, yes. I met the singer.
Linda Bengtzing.
Yeah. I met her at a Eurovision fan meeting in Aarhus a few years ago.
A funny girl with a lot of energy.
Yeah, I must say. We were discussing doing something together, but we never had. Yeah.
You have recorded many songs and albums and are one of Denmark's most well-known singers. Can you highlight some songs in your repertoire that the Eurovision fans have missed out on, perhaps?
I've made a whole album with the Patsy Cline songs. I've made an album with Edith Piaf songs, original song with Paul Potts.
Yeah.
And I have done with Tommy Sjöberg. I met him in Ireland, in Dublin, and we discussed making a song together, and we did. And it's Once in Your Arms is the English title, and Endnu en gang is the Danish title.
Du får aldrig gå, du och jag ska nå att leva. Det drömmer man kunna en gång i livet. Ännu en gång har hjärtat vänt. Kalla en kärlighet till vägen. Ännu en gång får ingen kastan sig fjärden av det så.
My latest album is called My Favorite Love Songs, and Søren is the producer on most of my album. Which songs have made the biggest impression on you?
Well, except your Eurovision songs, I have found two songs that I really love. The first one is Allt drejer runt.
Yes.
Allt drejer rundt i en ring. Vi skilles, vi gør ingenting. Allt drejer rundt, og vi mødes igen. Og du er stadig min ven. Ja, ja, allt drejer rundt i en ring. Vi skilles, vi gør ingenting. Allt drejer rundt, og vi mødes igen. Og du er stadig min ven.
And the other one is Hvis du kan se mig nu.
Hvis du kan se mig nu, lige nu, fra mit bønnedum. Yes.
Hvis du kunne se mig nu, som en violin. Hvis du kunne se mig nu, mens min hjerte tænker tusind ting. Hvis du kunne se mig nu, som en violin. Hvis du kunne se mig nu, mens min hjerte tænker tusind ting. Hvis du kunne se mig nu, lige nu, som en lykkelig fugl. Jeg vidste ikke, at mit indre lå.
I believe that song Eurovision really missed out.
I remember it as very, high key.
Yeah.
Søren always put it on a very high key. I had, really to work for it.
Yeah, and more or less all your songs with Søren have key changes all over it.
Yeah, that's right.
In Sweden, we call this genre dansbandsschlager. What do you call it in Denmark?
Yeah, well, I don't know.
You don't have any special name of it?
No, not really.
Okay.
But I know what you mean, because we have a group called Candice who records very many Swedish songs, and they use it. You know, they are a dance band. I don't think we have that many dance bands. I would love to have been in Sweden, where you have so your music culture is so much better than in Denmark. You are fortunate to have that culture in Sweden.
What are you doing today, Kirsten?
Tomorrow I go rehearse with the band for Tivoli. We have been closed down with the coronavirus. We have not been allowed to perform for more than 100 people, and that's, there's no economy in that, so everything has been closed down. So I look forward to on next Tuesday to be on stage in Tivoli Garden. Everything is just about to open up in Denmark, but it's been very hard on many artists and singers since we closed down March 11 for shows and theater and everything. So I'm looking forward also to a tour in October, November with a cabaret over Edith Piaf and Charles Aznavour songs. We call it Hymne til Kærligheden. So it's a love story without words between, but build up in the music. It's very fantastic, and I look forward to do it again.
Sounds beautiful. It's a shame that the borders is closed. Otherwise, I would love to go to Denmark and see this.
You have to travel over Norway, because now they don't have to to be 6 days at the same hotel any longer. You have to sneak in via Norway.
Maybe I will, and maybe I will call you then.
Perhaps if you change your policy about COVID-19, then perhaps they will open up for Sweden. Yeah. You have lost many lives in Sweden.
Yes.
I think we're 500 something.
Yeah, and that's 10% of our loss.
Yeah.
Does Kirsten and Søren work together today?
Yes, we have some gigs sometimes when there's Eurovision, some fans, and he's still the guy who produces what I release. So it's nice. We've known each other since 1975, so we go a long way back.
Thank you so much, Kirsten. This was a delight.
It was a pleasure for me too, and I hope that I could answer your questions in a humorous and a good way.
You really have. And thanks to you, all listeners out there, listening to when I dive deep into history of Eurovision Song Contest. Don't forget to subscribe on any of the platforms you are listening through. We are on Facebook, Instagram, and the new social media called email, where you can reach me at emil@schlagervandrarna.se. Kirsten, which of your songs should we play to bring this episode home?
Oh my God. Perhaps we could take Inden Længe. Yeah, it must be the least played song, but I think it was a good one.
Stor knus!
I sent the knus. I return it to you.
Have a nice summer.
You too.
Take care of yourself.
Hope to see you someday.